Hello, FlossTube Stitchers. Welcome to video number 62 that I'm calling Catching Up because I feel like I'm always in a state of trying to catch up. And one of the areas in which I'm failing is sharing your comments. And I remember a number of videos ago where I said, oh, I want to share the comments that you all wrote about your favorite thing about summer. But there's plenty of time. There's plenty of summer left to do that. No. Where did summer go? It's gone, and I never shared them. So I went back and reviewed them again. And a lot of people said very similar things, so I'm just going to condense. The longer hours of daylight was probably what was mentioned the most often, and people enjoyed walking and spending time with their grandkids and sitting on their porches with their coffee or wine, depending on what time of day it was, enjoying their flower and vegetable gardens, watching the birds at the feeders, especially hummingbirds was mentioned a couple times. And a few mentioned going to the pool if they're lucky enough to have their own pool or to have a community pool that they could go to easily. And that is just either all over in our neighborhood or it never happened. I do not think our community pool was open at all. And I pretty much pass it several times a day, and I don't remember it ever being open or seeing anybody there. So I guess our community felt it wasn't worth paying for a lifeguard, or it just wasn't safe enough to use it, and so they just decided not to do it. Then our garden, oh my goodness, I almost took a picture to show you, and then it was just too embarrassing. Our garden just looks like nobody did anything with it all summer, even though we had some very nice harvests of certain vegetables. But it's so depressing looking now. I don't even want to describe it because I don't want to use those kinds of negative words. But so that's pretty much done. And it's dark when I get home. So I'm not really walking in the evening. I do sometimes if I think I can get half a walk in while it's still partially daylight, I might still go, but it just is getting dark so soon now that I feel like that's all over. One of the other reasons I'm calling it Catching Up is that I just have a few things, maybe additions or corrections. But I'm going to start off with some shameless name dropping. So Priscilla and Chelsea from Stitching with the Housewives, from video 60, their comment was, love seeing our charts on display. So I was really thrilled that they watched it and that they appreciated the place of honor that their charts had in my store. And I'm going to put a picture in here somewhere. But I just like the way it looks when all of the charts are organized either alphabetically or by theme, and they all have the same look to them. And a lot of designers have been around for so long that they may have changed their look or their logo or the style of their front cover so much that when I put them in alphabetical order, they're all over the place and it makes me crazy. But anyway, Stitching with the Housewives is new enough that their charts look perfectly coordinated right now. So anyway, I was thrilled to read that. So then a correction. I had shown 10, 11, and 12 from the 12 Days of Christmas from Cottage Garden Samplings, and I mistakenly said that it was a new series. I knew better than to say that because I had read her social media posts. I had just forgotten. And Joanna, who goes by Maltzy Circus of 7, reminded me that they weren't new. It was actually an older series that was just being finished. So between 2011 and 2017, the first ones were released, and she's just now releasing the last 3. And yes, indeed, she does have a placement chart on her website. So that would be cottagegardensamplings.com. click on free patterns at the top and you will find the complementary border plus the placement pattern that you will need, because not all of the 12 days are the same stitch count, the same shape, the same size. So you would have difficulty, I think, trying to figure out how to place them without her placement chart. So that will come in handy. And then several people asked about my background music. So I've used various pieces of music previously, but lately I've been using the same thing, and it's called Blue Mountains. The composer is Gabriel Witcher, and I had told a couple people responding to their comments that I only use the free stuff that's in iMovie because it's easy and because I don't have to worry about copyright infringement and I don't have to look elsewhere. And there are enough choices that I've been able to find different things to suit me at that time. So anyway, I wanted to look up who he was, and wow, I was really impressed with what I found, and I was so happy that I had picked somebody good for my background music. So his name is Gabriel Witcher. He goes by Gabe, and this is him. And he was born June 11th, 1978, and Wikipedia says he is a Grammy Award-winning American multi-instrumentalist, producer, composer, and arranger, best known as a fiddle player and singer. He is a founding member of the string ensemble Punch Brothers. Witcher and his fellow Punch Brothers won the 2019 Grammy for Best Folk Album and were named Affiliate Scholars of Oberlin Conservatory in 2014. So here are some of his credits. Those of you in my age bracket will remember Loggins and Messina, so he worked with them back in the day. And some of the film scores he worked on included The Hunger Games, Brokeback Mountain, Toy Story, and Sons of Anarchy. Isn't that a wild combination of themes there? And then television scores that he co-produced included Nashville, which is a show that I loved, and True Detective. So I really enjoyed reading about him. And then another addition of information goes back to the video where I talked about the history of the shop. And I mentioned Betty Page, who did some stitching for us in exchange for supplies, I believe, back in the day. And she stitched Thoreau's Friends from Cricket Collection. It was book 127, published in 1994, and sure enough, the personalization on her stitch piece says BP 1994. And it's a friendship quote from Henry David Thoreau, who was an American essayist and poet. And it's hanging in my dining room for most of the year. I usually have removed it by now to put up fall and then winter pieces, but I'm a little late in redecorating, so it's still hanging there. And I'm gonna attach a photo here for you to enjoy. And I hope to squeeze some more comments in. If I try to do it with every video, maybe I won't be so far behind. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, this is shop haul from the last 2 weeks, I guess, because I didn't show any new merchandise last week. So I'll try to go through these quickly. Blue flower, here's the other one that was out of stock last time called Acorns. This is from Cuore e Battacuore Halloween Vigil. And we do have the polka dot fabric. Another one, this is Santa's Wish. This is from a new company called Darling and Whimsy. There's a cute little bat. Be Spooky. And Ode to Autumn. That has a really sweet saying on it. If you can't read it because of the plastic bag and everything, it says, "Autumn, the year's last loveliest smile." I thought that was sweet. This is from Filigram, Halloween pumpkin, and this is the thread pack for it if you'd like to use the dinky dyes. From the Heart, Thankful Quaker. This is the second installment of the Prim Stitch series. I don't think I showed this to you before because I believe it just came the other day. Then from Madame Chantilly, Autumn Garland, Halloween can. The cat is in a pumpkin can. I love her finish too with the buttons and the fabric at the bottom. That's a great way to frame something if you don't have quite the right size frame. Halloween goodies and Halloween week. She has the best designs. Okay, October House Fiber Arts. She was somebody new that I found at market this year. That's called Friendly Blooms. Just my shade of blue. Lead a Quiet Life. Hineberry Lane has Autumn Blessings. Puntini Meow. And it's got a little, her little pink paw print button included. From Scissor Tail Design, Merry Owl Christmas. Be Happy from Summer House Stitch Works. I always get their name messed up. And then from Val Stuff, here are some perforated paper kits. Hooray, it's Halloween. He's dancing. It was a dark and stormy night. And Snap, Cackle, and Pop. All right, so those were that size chart. Then we have the bigger size charts. And I've been trying to get this one for weeks. Spellville from Barbara Anna. CM Designs, Carolyn Manning has Tree Crazy Autumn. Hello from Liz Matthews. He has another one of her three-dimensional trees. That's Autumn. Actually, she has two because then there's Pumpkin Quilt Tree as well. And Sleepy Hollow is a bigger picture. And then she has the second day of the Christmas Sampler and Tree series. And you can do it either way. Kathy Barrick, Jack's Urn, Western Witch. Little Dove Designs has All Hallows Eve. Shannon Christine has Trick or Treat Sampler. And Christmas Club #1 with those two designs. I can't remember how many she's doing total or if she's even said. 'Tis the Season to Sparkle in a tree shape. That's very clever. And Tastes Like Christmas. And then from Stony Creek, a customer ordered this, and I got more for the shop because it's so cute. Kisses from Heaven, and then the button pack that goes along with it. They're buttons. All right, and you don't think I'm gonna forget about the flamingos, do you? So let's get these in order here. Hands On Design has Falalamingo. I showed these on social media the other day, and I think the names are so clever that she comes up with. Flamingo Bells and flamingo all the way, because you don't want to do a half-assed job of flamingoing. And then this is the fabric it calls for. Coincidentally came in this week too. I'm glad I pre-ordered it. This is 32 count Icelandic blue linen from Witchelt. And it matches DMC 928. So if you want a better idea of what it looks like, you can grab your 928 out of your DMC pile. I have that. The Pinky Palms were out of stock, but I'm gonna get those in too if you want to finish them just like Kathy did. Okay, I hope that was quick enough. Bye. Here are the new shop models for this week, on loan from Carol Leonard this time. And the first one is from Amy Brecken's monthly Snow People series. This is September, and his name is Bubba, and it says reading, writing, arithmetic. So if you need a monthly series that's a little on the bigger side, or even if you just want to celebrate somebody in your family's birthday, or if you have a favorite holiday, all 12 months are available. And then the next one is Use Not Fat, Use Fluffy. And this is the perfect opportunity to show you the two new sheep in Amy Brecken's sale that's going on now, called 365 Days of Warm and Woolly Welcomes. And so we have the October sheep and the November sheep. And they're $10 each month, and it comes with any buttons or charms or other embellishments. And then the last model, well, actually, Carol loaned us all 12 months of the mini sampler series by Wendy Petrus at From the Heart, but I'm just going to show you September. And she has her foam core cut all at the same time and stretches them and just pops them in and out of the same frame, or maybe a couple different colors of frames depending on what's good for that month. So thanks to Carol. All right, see you later. So another new chart that came in this week's Stony Creek order was Halloween silhouette towels with those two designs in it. And because I knew these were coming, I had pre-ordered the orange Milano waffle weave kitchen towels. And I waited until today to show you so that I could present one night's worth of stitching. I had no business starting something new. With all of my unfinished Stitch Mania from last year, the freebie February starts from this year, etc., etc. But I had my reasons and enough justification. You know, a new project always helps get your stitching mojo back, right? The other thing is, through no effort of my own, because it is a pre-finished item, it will be done by Halloween. Also, we don't have very many models of this sort, and I don't sell nearly as many pre-finished items like towels or bibs as I did maybe 15, 20 years ago. So maybe we'll start a revolution and make what's old new again. And it also is really fun and easy to stitch on Aida. And if you are a linen stitcher, who cares? The towels come with the Aida inserts. It's not like you have a choice. Just enjoy it for the evening or two that it takes you to finish that. So I also tried a new product. That is the set of magnetic line keepers from It's So Emma. You get 2 longer and 2 shorter in the package for $10. And because I can't show you the Stony Creek chart, I'm showing it on a freebie from Bent Creek. This was their Hope and Be Well from the hashtag Be Well and Stitch movement. And look, they're super long with a fold in the middle. So they magnetize to each other. You don't even need a magnetic board. And if you have a complicated project like a HAID or something else where it's hard to keep track of the changes, you can use more than one line keeper on the same chart. So that was really fun. This is going to be the giveaway for this week. All you have to do is say "me please," because you know I'm really far behind in the comments, so that'll make it less stressful. And then I need to give the winner of last week's gift certificate, the $32 for our 32nd anniversary. And the random number generator chose Blue Ridge Stitcher. So congrats. Give me your info and I'll mail it out to you, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll keep it here, which will be easier to use if you don't use it all at once. She said that she would like 32 pieces of hand-dyed linen because she never has enough. Well, you can maybe get a couple for this amount of money, but there's no judgment here on what you spend it on. It could be something you need or something you want. It doesn't matter. So congrats, and I think I crossed everything off my list. See you next week. Bye.